This is a Pastor Appreciation Month. There's two people that have been so inspirational to me. The reason that I love this church so much is that I have been around for only a year, but in that year there have been countless times where I have seen people smiling, worshiping, and praising God when there was no fruit. And I didn't understand that. I thought, why on earth aren't we talking about it? Why aren't we planning? Why aren't we scheming? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me. But watching how all the leaders and a lot of the congregation here look up to the Lord in faith, it just astonished me, and I wanted a part of that. And it was almost a little bit over a year ago. And I didn't find out about this until later, and I hope you don't mind, Matthew, if I share this. But Matthew and Mary had some youth in their youth ministry, and there was about like less than a half a dozen. And they would go home at night and just pray and cry out to God, please, what can we do to serve you better? How can we get more youth to come to you? And it was probably right around that same time that God was calling me to bring my son here. So in the year that has transpired, I have just been so blessed and give you guys so much thanks for your dedication, for your sacrifice that you do for the kids. And I wanted to show our appreciation in what the kids are going to do today. So I guess the next thing I wanted to do is when we move, in 1 year I want everybody to see the power of the Lord when you pray. This is going to be hung in the new youth hall at the new building. Mary and Matthew have just been so wonderful in our lives, and I just can't express the words that I have of gratitude for them. Okay, where's my dry bones? I was doing some reading in Ezekiel, and how awesome would it have been to have been him? I mean, really, the visions and everything that the Lord brought to him were just incredible, and I really think that it is no coincidence that we are going to do a skit today in regard to the breath of life that the Lord gives us. And even when we're dying and dead, he is so powerful and is so almighty that he has the desire to do that in each and every single one of us. But also in some of my readings, I went across this part of Ezekiel 47:1. And it said that the man brought me back to the entrance of the temple, and I saw water coming out from under the threshold of the temple toward the east. The water was coming down under the south side of the temple. He then brought me out through the north gate and led me around the outside to the outer gate facing east, and the water was flowing from the south side. And it just reminds me that his healing water can just be there, whenever we want it. But it also says in Scripture that in order for the healing water to flow, there has to be a sacrifice. So I really think that it begins with us giving of ourselves to him. I know that I spent probably 47 years wanting to be served, and that I took from other people, whether it be emotionally, financially, or mentally. I took and took and took. And when I came to this church, I found out that the true joy and the true freedom in my life came when I decided that I wanted to serve him, and that I wanted to be a servant, and that the old Terri that once was is gone and dead, And I can tell you in testimony that I have changed, that from the inside the Lord has entered into me and actually changed the way that I think, the way that I feel, the dreams that I have, and everything. And it was all just because I said, here I am. You have all of me. And I just want to take the next minute and just say, I want to testify over the church and in this body through the Spirit of the Lord that the youth group is going to be on fire for your word, Jesus, that I believe that there are going to be sacrifices made and there's going to be sin that is given up and strongholds broken. And it's not about numbers. It's about the quality of our relationship with you. And I just testify, Jesus, that you are going to just come into the youth and just there's going to be more healing, more life, and life more abundantly. And I just pray, Jesus, that everything that the youth does today in your honor exalts your almighty name. And for anybody here that doesn't have a relationship with Jesus, it is so amazing. This next skit is dedicated to Ezekiel 37. The hand of the Lord was upon me, and he brought me into a valley. It was full of bones, bones that were very dry. He said to me, Son of man, can these bones live? O sovereign Lord, you alone know. Then he said to me, prophesy to these bones, and say to them, I will make breath enter into you, and you will live. And so I prophesied. Before we start the skit, I want to say thank you to everybody that's helped. And please, I can't remember everybody's name. Everybody's just been so instrumental in helping me put this together, and I thank you so much. But I believe that the youth of this town are going to be changed. And it's not going to take many. When one can put 1,000 alive, two can put 10,000. But this skit is about the rebirth of life of lost teenagers in the world. And even though other people may see dry bones, we see an army